Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of I Am That Bitch podcast with your host, Val V, and my, I guess, co host.
Roula DK is in the house. Hi, everybody.
Hey, girl,
How are you?
what do you think people should do?
Stay in their house. It's freezing out there. I don't know.
No, they should like, subscribe, follow us. Fuck.
Follow, like, subscribe.
So today we're going to answer questions from non Greeks about being Greek. Just a few.
I'm
We're trying to
ready.
get
I'm ready.
other Greeks and Massies on, but nobody can come on. So it's just going to be the two of us for now. We're going to do other episodes with questions like this because I think it's quite comical.
Agreed.
Right? So, Rue,
Mm.
first question.
Let me do my. Wait a minute. Let me do my stuff to get ready. I'm ready.
Did your house always smell like garlic, olive oil, or something cooking?
Yeah, always. I was fortunate enough that my mom literally cooked for us every single day of her life.
Yeah.
She, it was a joy to her to have us enjoy a home cooked meal. And I truly believe that. Like, not, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to cook. Oh, no. I always say I cook to survive, and my husband cooks because he loves to cook. But
Yeah.
my mom it brought her joy knowing people were going to sit down and eat whatever fabulous meal she was making. So there was always to the point where, like, my brother would be like, oh my God, I went and visited Ma, and my jacket smells like garlic. My jacket smells like whatever she was cooking that day.
Yeah. In my house, my mom was always cooking. My mom worked when we were younger, so she wasn't always home. But then, me being a stubborn child, I hated going to the babysitter. I sat in a snowstorm outside waiting for my mom to come home because I was too small to break into the house because it was easy to break into the house. And the babysitter didn't even come fucking looking for me. Just so you know, my mom said I was blue by the time she got home. And that's the day she quit her job. But anyway, when she was home, we'd go home for lunch. She'd make us food, come home, dinner was ready. Our house it didn't smell like garlic and olive oil, but there was always something cooking or baking.
Right. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
love, right? Like that, I equate that to like that home cooked, like, goodness is like how they show their love.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Next question.
Mm.
Is it true you had at least 5 relatives named Nick, Maria, or George?
I am an anomaly. I don't.
Do you have any people named that name?
We have, like, I'm talking out of my first cousins, one
Yeah.
first cousin named George,
Yeah.
no Marias. And what was the other name?
We have no
Nick?
Maria.
0 Nicks.
0 Nicks. I have 1 Nick, 1 George, 0 Marias. Yeah, we have like, I'm thinking of my first cousins.
Mm.
Yeah, they're all like different names. Like they're
Yeah.
not.
I mean, we have my grandparents' names because obviously, we followed my parents and their siblings followed the tradition of paternal, naming their kids after Yayam.
Yeah.
But none of them were,
I
that
was
wasn't
named
the name.
after my dad's mom, Paraskevi, Vula,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But my first cousin, so my dad's brother, also named his daughter the same name. So there's 2 Vulas, first
Well,
cousins.
similarly to my husband, right? There's 4 Franks.
Oh, wow. See, Frank, I didn't even think, I thought that was more of an Italian name than a Greek name.
But that's not his Greek name, right?
Yeah. What's his Greek name?
Xenophondas.
Oh, Xenophondas.
Or
Yeah.
Xenophon.
Yeah. No, we don't have,
Yeah.
we have Mary, Chris, George, Anna, Jim, Paul, John, Steve, Vula, me, that goes by Val, Kathy, Nick, and Louie.
2. Sorry, I lied. We had 2 Georges. I forgot about the young. I have my cousin George. I passed away, and we have
Oh,
a baby
I
George.
was going
Not
to say
baby.
something funny, but once you said he passed away, I'm like,
Yeah, two Georges. And then, yeah, no, everybody else is. We have like a Yanni and an Adoni, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah. No.
not. We
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
follow we don't follow the norm in anything, Val.
So, okay, how many times did your parents tell you because we're Greek as
Oh,
an explanation to for literally everything?
frequently. Frequently. I can't give you a count frequently.
Yeah.
But I was also,
Yeah.
you and I grew up differently because I was a good kid. Like I followed the rules. You, no
What are you
offense, girl.
saying? I was a
I love
bad
you,
kid?
but you like to be a rule pusher. I was not a rule pusher.
Not as a little girl, I wasn't.
No, I'm talking
I
about like
wasn't.
high
I think,
school.
yeah, yeah, I was a
Yeah,
yeah.
I still followed the rule. But I had freedom. So it wasn't, unlike some of my friends whose parents literally had them under their thumb. Like my parents, I think trusted me enough that I wouldn't do stupid shit. Like, you know what I mean? It was never like oh my God. Like I remember growing up, our liquor cabinet was in my bedroom. I never sat there and opened the bottles boozing at like 12 or
Oh,
13.
that wouldn't have lasted with my
But
brothers.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's true. We had a whole bar in the basement.
yeah, we couldn't afford a bar. We had like a little cabinet, right?
Yeah.
But it was more like I never once thought to open. I now I'm sure if you talk to my brother, the vodka was probably mixed with water by his time. But for me, I kind of followed, like I was just a good kid. Not, you know what I mean? I just went along and did what I was supposed to do.
I don't think my parents said it quite often. I think I'm going to jump to the next question
Okay.
because this was more of what my mom was saying. Let me find it. Um, my mom and dad didn't say because we're Greek or because we're Macedonian. Um, oh, fuck, where is it? My parents and my mother mostly, because we were such rule breakers, um, it was more like, what are people going to say? The
Mm,
guilt.
yeah.
You know, my brother, being a bad boy, he got his girlfriend pregnant at 19. Oh, here, what did your parents you ever guilt you by saying, what will people think? Or is it just a stereotype? No. For me, it was actual true. So I remember the day I'm driving my mom to work. So after
Mm-hmm.
school, she had to work nights. There was, she worked in for Toronto, it was Boyna Dolphin. It was
Okay.
my uncle's place, distant relative. People in Toronto will know what that is. And there was a wedding or something. She had to work. And I was driving her there and I see, so I'm coming back from somewhere. I don't remember. And I see D, my brother's girlfriend at the time. And I'm like, oh, there's D. Oh my God, there's D. She was like out to here. We didn't know. She was like 8 or 9 months pregnant. Like
Stop it.
it was huge. So I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Oh my God, I can't rat my brother out. Like, but oh my God, there's a kid on the way, right? So I pick up my mom, she's like, drive me to work. And I'm like, oh fuck, Dee Dee, please be off Victoria Park. Like, please don't be walking, right? I'm driving and she goes, oh, there's Dee Dee. I'm like, fuck. And she goes, oh my God, there's Dee Dee. She goes, turn around. So we
Oh,
go into the
oh,
house.
oh,
She
oh.
goes into the house. She goes, John. And you see my brother's face just go white. I saw Dee Dee, and she's out to here. He's 19. He's like, it's not mine. It's not mine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he kept that momentum, like it's not my kid, knowing full well it was his kid because he was just so afraid.
So scared.
So when
Yeah.
Dee Dee gave birth to Jonathan, my mom went to the hospital. And she's like, this is your kid. This kid is
His spitting
your
image.
spitting. Well, she goes, it just looks like my dad. The same
Oh.
hands, everything. She goes, this is your kid. And like, kid, he looks like me.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
looks like my brother John. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
so grateful he was born. We're
Oh.
truly blessed. At times, he drives me fucking crazy,
Well,
but
that's their job, right?
yeah,
That's nephews' jobs. But I
yeah.
think,
But we were always like, I'm not sorry. I'm gonna like another thing is I'm a high
yeah,
school dropout.
yeah.
Oh my God, what are people gonna say? even after my dad died,
Mhm.
okay? And I said, Mom, let's go out. No, people are going to talk. What are they going to say? I said, I don't give a fuck what they say. You're going out with your daughter. What are they going to say? But we
I
weren't allowed to leave the house for 40 days.
for so I if you're new to watching us, I lost my mom in
Yeah,
October, and the Greek tradition is that you wear black for 40 days.
yeah.
Now, some people wear for 3 months, 6 months, a year. Before my mother had passed, I had to have some serious conversations with my mom and my dad. And one of the things when I was saying my part was that I will wear black for 40 days. That is all I will wear black
Yeah.
for. I'm not going to wear black for 6 months or a year. It's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't respect you. Wearing black isn't going to bring you back. Like, if I knew
It's
wearing,
provide shade for them in heaven. Like it's
yeah,
just a
I
stupid.
did 40 days. She's in heaven. We're good now.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, and I was in a situation with some older Greek people. And it was after the 40 days. I don't know, I think it was like 2 months after or something. And I walked in and I hadn't seen this person since my mom passed. So they were like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for your mom. And then they did one of these. They did me the look up down. And I
Oh
lost it. And I was like, what are you looking at? I said, because I'm not wearing black and I have my nails painted. I go, I'm not wearing black. I wore black for 40 days. I go, I have my nails painted. Yes, they're a color. They're not just pale, but neither one is going to bring my mother back.
no,
And the person
no.
was like, and the other
Yeah,
people, I think, were all shocked. But I have this thing where, like, what are people going to say? Right. I'm sorry. I'm the one grieving. I'm the one who lost my mother. I don't give a shit what people are going to say.
yeah. I
I
don't
don't
care.
care anymore. Right.
I don't care. Like even my brother, he was one of them. He was a rocker, right? Growing up, and he had long hair. He looked like Robert Plant, but better looking.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, "Cut your hair, cut your like." Every event, you knew someone was going to grab his hair, which drove him nuts because my brother is so particular about his hair. If you know my brother, it's like he's like it's insane. They would grab his hair and say, "Give me scissors, give me scissors."
Mm.
And so they're like, "When are you going to cut your hair?" And he goes, he came up with a good fucking comeback. He would say, "Jesus had long hair.
Good for
You
him.
accepted him. Why can't you accept me?"
Good
And
for
you
him.
see them shut up,
Drove him crazy, right?
right? Like he
Yeah.
would even, he doesn't look like Massey. He looks like a munja cake,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
like a non-European. So I remember him being on the bus, and people are like in Macedonia, "Look at this kid, with the long hair. If he was my kid, I'd cut hair." And he goes, "Why? My mom loves my hair. She made me grow it this long." And you see these old ladies like,
Like,
"Oh,"
yeah, yeah.
like is yeah, so fucking
But
stupid.
it's true. And I think that's where it's hard, right? Because now I even get into that, like, oh my God, what are people gonna say? Like, as much as I don't give a shit what people say about me, I'm sometimes like with my kid, right? Oh my God, what are they gonna say? Right. And it's untraining, like truly, it's like trauma as children. It's untraining. I joke that it's the Greek trauma. So I have to untrain the Greek trauma from my brain to
Yeah,
be like, it's okay that my kid goes to church in pants. It's like that's one of the things because I remember specifically, I think I was, and I may have shared this story before. I was 22 maybe, 21, 22, Easter. And I remember I had to be 22 because I had my first full year of working, and I bought myself this beautiful like off-white pantsuit. Stunning. Paid a shit ton of money back in the day for it. I had the heels, I had it all. I was wearing this to Anastasia. I was going to midnight mass in this thing. And I come out of my room and my dad's like, "Where the hell do you think you're going?" And I was like, "Church." He's like, "Not in pants. What
well,
are people going to say?"
what are people gonna say?
And to this day, right? Like I have 20 whatever years later, I'm like, "Oh shit, like yeah, like that was real."
Yeah, it was real, but we were a very controversial family, my family, because my brother, he went to jail and stuff like that. So, oh my God, what are people going to say? He was in the newspaper as this big, criminal, and he's like, oh my God, what are people going to say? Um, Even my own cousins, I don't care if they listen. I don't talk to them. They're on my mom's side. He sat there, my one cousin, I won't say his name, sat there in our kitchen and said to my brother, we finally got him out on bail,
Hmm.
which took like a year or whatever because they made him out to be this massive ringleader. He never hurt anybody, but They go, "You're an embarrassment to the family." And me at, I think I was like 17, 18, maybe even 19. I don't know when my brother first went to jail. I'll have him on. I think he should come on.
I
But
told him that too.
he goes, "You're a fucking embarrassment to the family," whatever. And I stood up and I said, "Hold on a second." My dog's barking again. I said, "Hold on a second." I said, "You're just as guilty as my brother." And he's like, "What are you fucking talking about?" I said, "Hey, Johnny, I need a camcorder. Hey, Johnny, I need a lawnmower. Hey, Johnny, I need a stereo. Hey, Johnny, I need fucking speakers." I said, "You enabled him. You would take the deals. You would support him. So don't sit there and say he's a fucking embarrassment to the family when you promoted him going out to steal the shit.
Right, right.
Like, go fuck yourself." Because the Greeks can
Hypocrite.
be fucking hypocritical
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as
For
well.
sure.
So,
For sure. That's a whole
oh, and I
different
called him a
episode.
Greek. Oh my God, he'll probably shit.
Oh,
Fuck. Like, I'm not bitter. Can you? I'm not bitter. But
but
like, like, don't sit there and call my brother an embarrassment when you're the one that's fucking keeping him employed in that
yeah,
industry.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Or helping him
It's
get
all,
helping him get the connections to need more things to supply. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Like, just it was the fucking hypocrisy.
But he
Anyway, let's
didn't
move
care what
on.
everybody was saying though, did he? When he was taking all the goods? Like that, talk about pot calling kettle black, right?
Oh, he would promote him. Is like, "Can you get this for my buddy? Can you
Right.
do this for my buddy?" Or like, my brother would come home and say, "Hey, I got this, this, this," and they're like, "No, I don't need that, but can you get this?" Like, hold on a second, you're just as guilty. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
no, no.
All right, give
Okay,
me a
let's move
last
on
question,
because I'm
Val.
gonna need therapy
Give me
after
one last Val,
this.
one last
Okay.
talk about dramatic.
Wait,
We're all gonna need the Greek
did
trauma,
any
the
of your friends
Massey trauma. Sorry, Greek Massey trauma is real. I don't want to call him Greek. Sorry,
call? I don't care. Piss them off. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
they're gonna come after me.
Don't be afraid. They're pussies. I don't give a shit. What are they gonna do? Anyway,
Do I have to go Boston
okay,
on
yeah.
people? I don't want to go Boston on people.
There's literally no love loss on my mom's side, like legit. I could give a shit. Now, there's some kids that I love, like my nieces and nephews, which we call that. They're my cousin's kids.
Hmm.
I do love them. And I shouldn't say all my mom's family. There's, George and Janet, who I love. And I've said that on previous episodes before. So, anyway, there's a few people sprinkled in there that I still love.
Okay.
Um, did your family ever explain, or do your friends ask you why we spit on each other, like toof toof toof?
Yeah, I'm like, they're like, what is that? And it happened at the it's funny because when my Big Fat Creek wedding came off, the wedding scene, right? Everybody's like, and they're like, what is it with the spitting? Like, what is it? I'm like, it's so the evil eye can be kept away. Or I would wear I have a little one on now, but when I was younger, I'd wear a
Yeah,
gold skinny, right? But I used to have the one that was so I used to wear this gold bracelet. I always wore I one gold bracelet, and I would get a like a blue stone, but it would fit through the bracelet I had. So they'd be like, "What's that blue stone? Why do you have a blue thing hanging from your gold bracelet?" And I'd be like, "It's like the evil eye. It's for protection." And they're like, "Protect what?" I'm like, "From all you people." I'm like, "It's to protect me from all of you."
we
And
protect from the
so
evilness. That's
from the
my
evilness that is
aunt.
around, right? And
Yeah,
I think sometimes people forget, is the mati, as we call it in
the
Greek,
eye,
is
the evil
yeah,
eye.
the evil eye is not just bad stuff. So mati can be if people are talking about you. Mati can be if people like look at you like when the mati can be like from a lot of different things. And some people are more
We do it.
sensitive
I literally
and
make my
not.
customers spit on me when they compliment my nails.
Yeah, Val, do not
I'm
talk
like,
about
spit
Val
on me. It
nails.
has to
We
be
could
three
be
times.
anywhere. We could be out to lunch. We could be having coffee.
Doo, doo,
And
doo.
she'd be like, the woman we went for breakfast before you went to Florida, and you were saying to the woman, spit on my nails so they don't break before I go. And the woman, this woman
Well,
from Newfoundland,
as soon as somebody compliments them, they break. Like, so I make them spit,
you
right?
know,
Like, even the late in Florida, one of the comedians, Hillary, she's like, "I love your fucking nails." I'm like, "Spit on me, bitch. Spit on me." So, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm Greek. Just go doof doof doo, like
yep,
pretend." And she's like, "Doof doo." I go 3 times. She's like, "Doo." And they're like,
I
"You're
love it.
fucked."
I
My
know.
aunt, my dad's sister, if you compliment her, she'll scratch her pichka, her muni.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing to do it. If you don't
Yeah.
get spit on, you scratch.
Well, and we had a conversation with some other girlfriends, and they're from their part of Greece, they scratch it, and I was like, I have never heard of this. This is all new to me. I didn't know you. That's what you do.
I didn't know either, but it
Until
is
I
what
met
it
you, and then them saying it, I was like, holy! I thought it was a messy thing. I was like, all right, she scratches, okay, whatever. Like, oh,
is. Clean. I promise it's clean. It's clean.
in Kalamata area or at the Athens area, that's not something I have heard before. So now when I go to Greece again, next time I call my 94-year-old aunt, I'll have to ask her. So yeah, do you spit or do you scratch? My God, it's crazy.
Welcome to being Greek and Macedonia.
I know, but it's huge, and we ask you to spit on everything, like spit for
Like, don't be
everything.
offended that we asked you to spit on.
Yeah, like don't. This isn't a bad thing. This isn't a haktua. This is literally like
Yeah,
and be done.
just be done with it. Fuck sakes. Don't make
Like
me scratch myself in public.
yeah, and don't like drag it along. If we ask you to do it, just do it. There's a reason behind it.
Anyway, my friend, okay. That was good. That was fun.
Well,
That was we'll do some more episodes. I'm going to try to get some Greeks and Massis on here. Maybe even some
perfect.
Italians. I grew up with
Yeah,
a lot of
very similar. Very similar.
They have the Malocchio,
Yep.
and
And
they
what do we
do some
say?
like the horns, like
Una
well,
fazza, una razza, right?
yeah, una
With the
fata, one
Italians. Yep.
face, one race, one
One
face,
face,
one
one
race.
race. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So, all right.
All right.
If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, make some comments, do some shit, share it with your friends, please help us grow. Thanks, Rula, for being my co-host. I forced you into this shit.
Thanks for letting me come on and have some
Doof, doof,
laughs.
doof.
Yeah. Have a great day.